Welcome back to my channel, All Old Rare Coins. If you love discovering hidden treasures, you're in the right place. Today, we're revealing some coins that could be worth way more than you think. Stick around to find out. New here? Like, subscribe, and let's dive in. We're exploring a coin with a rich history and significant collector interest, the U.S. Liberty half-dollar coin from 1918. This coin is more than just a piece of currency, it's a symbol of America's past, with its design and rarity making it a coveted item among numismatists. But what really makes this coin stand out is its value. Stick around, because you're in for a real treat as we explore the history, design, and most importantly, the value of this incredible coin. Let's start with a bit of history. The U.S. Liberty half-dollar coin was first minted in 1916 as part of a larger effort to refresh the nation's coinage. The coin features a beautiful design of liberty, symbolizing freedom, independence, and the American spirit. Designed by Adolph A. Weinman, this coin is part of a series that became highly popular and was made famous for its elegance and significance in U.S. history. In 1918, the Liberty half-dollar was still in circulation and had a lot of meaning for the American people. It was a time of great transformation, the country was deeply involved in World War I, and the economic landscape was changing. Amidst these dramatic shifts, the coin served as a daily reminder of the ideals of liberty and national pride. The 1918 coin features a stunning obverse design of Lady Liberty, draped in a flowing robe, her hair crowned with a radiant cap, and a strong presence that conveys both grace and determination. On the reverse, the eagle, a symbol of American strength, stands proudly with its wings spread wide, holding arrows and an olive branch. The imagery of the eagle further reinforces the ideals of freedom, peace, and power. Now, let's talk about rarity. The Liberty half-dollar from 1918 wasn't produced in extremely high numbers, and over time, many of these coins were lost to history, melted down, or heavily circulated, making high-quality examples very hard to come by. As with any collectible, the condition of the coin plays a huge role in its value. Most of the Liberty half-dollar coins you'll find today have seen a lot of wear and tear, which makes well-preserved versions incredibly rare. Coins that are in excellent condition, particularly those graded as mint state or near mint, can demand a much higher price than their counterparts, but what really sets the 1918 Liberty half-dollar apart is the variations in the mintage. In fact, there are different varieties of the 1918 Liberty half-dollar, and one of the most notable ones is the 1918 D, minted in Denver. The D mint mark signifies a coin struck at the Denver Mint, and it is among the most sought-after of the series. This particular version of the coin tends to be rarer than others, and collectors are willing to pay top dollar for a high-quality specimen. As we've discussed, the value of a coin is determined not just by its rarity but also by its condition. When it comes to the 1918 Liberty half-dollar, coins that have been well preserved and are in mint condition are considered to be especially valuable. Many of these coins, because they were in circulation for decades, show signs of wear, scratches, discoloration, or even damage. But coins that have avoided such imperfections, maintaining their original luster, are highly prized. A coin with a high grade from a trusted grading agency like the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, could fetch a much higher price than a run-of-the-mill version. Collectors are often looking for the perfect specimen of these rare coins. If you are lucky enough to come across a 1918 Liberty half-dollar in pristine condition, or perhaps one with an interesting minting error or unique characteristic, it could be worth a small fortune. In fact, there are some 1918 Liberty half-dollars that have sold for tens of thousands of dollars at auctions, depending on their condition and rarity. Now, let's get to the part you've all been waiting for, the value of the U.S. Liberty half-dollar coin from 1918. While prices can fluctuate based on the coin's condition and market demand, the highest quality specimens of this coin can be worth a staggering $150,000. Yes, you heard that right, $150,000. That's the kind of value we're talking about for a rare, well-preserved 1918 Liberty half-dollar. this is not just a coin, it's a piece of American history. It represents a time when the country was fighting for its place in the world, a time of great change and resilience. And if you happen to find a 1918 Liberty half-dollar in excellent condition, you could hold a treasure in your hands that's worth a fortune. So, if you're a coin collector or just someone with an interest in history, keep your eyes peeled for these gems. If you come across a 1918 Liberty half-dollar, make sure to check its condition closely. Who knows, it could be worth far more than you ever imagined. Second rare coin, we're going to take a closer look at a coin that celebrates an iconic moment in American history, the U.S. Liberty half-dollar coin from 1776 to 1976. This particular coin isn't just a piece of currency, it's a symbol of the United States bicentennial, marking 200 years of independence and freedom. If you're a collector or just someone with an eye for valuable treasures, this coin is definitely one you won't want to miss. Stick around until the end of the video, because we'll reveal just how much this coin could be worth today. You'll be amazed, the U.S. Liberty half-dollar coin from 1776 to 1976 was issued as part of the bicentennial celebration to commemorate the 200th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence. The United States government wanted to create something special to mark this historic milestone, so they produced a special series of coins with new designs, including this Liberty half-dollar. Before we get into the details of the coin's value, let's talk about its significance. In 1976, the country was buzzing with excitement and pride as Americans reflected on the founding of the nation. From the Revolutionary War to the birth of the United States Constitution, the bicentennial was a celebration of America's journey from a fledgling colony to a global superpower. The Liberty half-dollar from 1776 to 1976 was issued as a way to honor that rich history. The coin's design is stunning and meaningful. On the obverse side, you'll find a depiction of a bell. This is no ordinary bell, it's the famous Liberty Bell, a symbol of freedom and independence. The Liberty Bell has been an emblem of American democracy since the 18th century, ringing out to mark important moments in history. Above the bell are the words 1776 to 1976, marking the 2 centuries since America's founding. On the reverse side, the design features the iconic Liberty figure, which was originally designed by the famed artist John R. Sinek. In this rendition, Liberty is shown holding a torch and an olive branch, symbolizing peace and freedom. The overall design encapsulates the themes of liberty, independence, and the spirit of the American people. But what makes this coin truly unique? Well, for starters, the 1776 to 1976 Liberty half-dollar was issued in both copper-nickel and 40% silver varieties, with the silver coins being much rarer and more valuable. The 40% silver content makes these coins particularly appealing to collectors, as they hold intrinsic value based on their metal content, in addition to their historical significance. The minting of the 1776 to 1976 Liberty half-dollar was a large-scale operation, and millions of these coins were produced. However, not all of them were saved in pristine condition. As with any collectible, the condition of the coin plays a major role in its value. While many of the bicentennial coins were used in circulation, some were set aside by collectors and remain in excellent, near-mint condition. These coins are highly prized in the numismatic world, and their value can rise significantly when they are in exceptional shape. Now, let's talk about rarity. The 1776 to 1976 Liberty half-dollar isn't necessarily rare by itself, but certain variations and specific conditions can make a huge difference. For example, certain mints produced more coins than others, which means some versions are rarer than others. There are also coins with unique minting errors that can add significant value. A coin with an error in the design or a misstrike can be worth considerably more than its regular counterpart. Error coins are always in high demand among collectors because they're one-of-a-kind pieces, making them more valuable in the market. You might be wondering how much these coins can actually be worth. Well, the value of the 1776 to 1976 Liberty half-dollar depends on several factors, such as the mint mark, the metal composition, whether it's the 40% silver variety or the copper-nickel version, and its condition. If you have a coin in mint state, particularly a silver version in exceptional condition, you could be sitting on something very valuable. And here's the big reveal: if you happen to have a particularly rare or pristine example of the 1776 to 1976 Liberty half dollar, it could be worth a jaw-dropping $100,000. That's right, $100,000 for a single coin. It's hard to believe that a coin from such a modern era could command such a high price, but the combination of its historical significance, rarity, and condition makes it a highly sought-after item among collectors. So, the next time you come across a 1776 to 1976 Liberty half dollar in your pocket change or find one tucked away in a collection, make sure to give it a closer look. If it's in great condition, especially if it's a silver variety or has an error, you might just be holding a small fortune in your hands. Remember, coins like these aren't just valuable, they're a tangible piece of history that connects us to a pivotal moment in the life of the United States. Third expensive coin, we're going to shine a spotlight on a relatively modern, yet incredibly interesting coin, the U.S. Liberty half-dollar coin from 1992, minted with the P mint mark. While this coin may seem like a simple piece of currency at first glance, there's much more to it than meets the eye. From its historical significance to its rare value in the collector's market, this coin could be worth more than you might expect. Stick with us, and we'll dive deep into what makes the 1992 P Liberty half dollar so special and why it could be worth a lot of money today. Now, let's start with the basics. The Liberty half dollar was first introduced in 1916 and became a symbol of American pride and strength. By the time the 1992 version was minted, the coin had undergone several design changes over the decades. The 1992 P version, however, remains one of the more intriguing pieces in this coin series. Minted at the Philadelphia Mint, this coin represents a continuation of the Liberty half dollar design, which features Lady Liberty's iconic image on the obverse and an eagle on the reverse. But what makes the 1992 P edition so noteworthy? In 1992, the U.S. Mint decided to stop producing the Liberty half dollar for general circulation, making it one of the last years this coin was minted before being largely phased out. As a result, most 1992 P Liberty half dollars were either stored away or used as commemorative pieces. With less widespread circulation compared to earlier years, the 1992 P has become increasingly scarce in top-tier condition, which makes it a prized find for collectors. The 1992 P Liberty half dollar features a stunning portrait of Lady Liberty, designed by sculptor Adolph A. Weinman, whose design has remained one of the most celebrated representations of American coinage. Liberty's flowing hair and radiant cap speak to the ideals of freedom and strength. On the reverse side, the American bald eagle perches on an olive branch, clutching arrows, symbolizing both peace and military might, a powerful image of the nation's resilience. While the design is iconic, the rarity and value of this coin really lie in its condition and history. When the 1992 P Liberty half dollar was first released, many were used in everyday transactions or stored away in banks for later use. Because it was minted in large quantities, it's not particularly rare on its own. However, as with any coin, its true worth comes from its quality. Coins that have been kept in pristine, uncirculated condition are much rarer than those that have been in circulation for years. Over time, collectors have become more interested in coins that have remained in near-perfect condition, as they are harder to come by. And the 1992 P Liberty half dollar is no exception. When a coin is preserved in excellent condition, free from damage, scratches, or signs of wear, it can fetch a much higher price on the market. Coins that have been graded highly by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC are especially sought after by serious collectors. Now, let's discuss some of the more unique features that can affect the value of the 1992 P Liberty half dollar. As with many coins, there can sometimes be slight variations in the minting process that result in errors or abnormalities. These variations are typically what make certain coins more valuable. If you happen to come across a 1992 P Liberty half dollar with a minting error, such as a double strike, die crack, or other imperfections, it can dramatically increase the coin's value. Collectors are particularly fond of error coins because they are unique. These coins stand out from the typical issue and offer a rare glimpse into the minting process. So, if you've got a 1992 P Liberty half dollar with any interesting features or errors, you could be sitting on a hidden gem that's worth much more than a standard coin. But here's the million-dollar question: how much could a 1992 P Liberty half dollar be worth today? The value of this coin depends largely on its condition and any unique characteristics it may have, but coins in mint condition, especially those with grading certificates, can be worth a significant amount of money. And if you're lucky enough to have a 1992 P Liberty half dollar in exceptional condition, it could be worth an impressive $45,000. Yes, you heard that right, $45,000. A single coin. That's the kind of value a well-preserved 1992 P Liberty half dollar can command in today's market. So, if you come across one of these coins in your collection or in your pocket change, make sure to take a closer look at its condition. It could be much more valuable than you ever thought possible. As coin collectors, we all know that sometimes the value of a coin is more than just about the metal it's made from or the rarity of the design. It's about the story it tells and the history it represents. The 1992 P Liberty half dollar is a reminder of a time when the coin was still in circulation and an important piece of American currency. Finding one of these coins in excellent condition is a rare and exciting opportunity, and the potential payoff is huge. Now, we're uncovering the fascinating story behind the US Liberty half dollar coin from 1988 with the D mint mark. This coin may seem relatively modern at first glance, but don't be fooled, its value has skyrocketed in recent years, and it could be worth a lot more than you think. If you're new to coin collecting or just looking for more information on the treasures hidden in your collection, you're in the right place. Stick with us, because we'll not only explore its history and unique design, but we'll also reveal just how much this coin is worth today. Trust me, you won't want to miss this. Let's start with the basics. The US Liberty half dollar is a coin with a long history, but the 1988 edition represents a unique chapter in its story. By the time 1988 rolled around, the Liberty half dollar had already seen several design changes, and it was no longer used as frequently for everyday transactions. However, it was still being minted as a collectible coin and was available for purchase from the US Mint. The 1988 Liberty half dollar features the same well-known design as many other Liberty half dollars produced in the late 20th century. On the obverse, you'll find a portrait of Lady Liberty, designed by artist Adolph A. Weinman. She's shown with a flowing cap and robe, exuding strength, freedom, and resilience. The reverse side features a majestic bald eagle, clutching an olive branch in one talon and arrows in the other, symbolizing peace and power. It's a design that continues to be one of the most iconic in American coinage history, representing the ideals of liberty, strength, and unity. While the design is stunning, the true value of the 1988 D Liberty half dollar comes from its rarity and condition. The D mint mark indicates that this coin was struck at the Denver Mint. During the late 1980s, the US Mint produced large quantities of these half dollars, but because they were primarily made for collectors and not for circulation, many of these coins were set aside or simply left to languish in collections. As a result, there are a lot of 1988 D Liberty half dollars in existence, but finding one in pristine condition is a different story. Over time, most of these coins were either heavily circulated or stored in less than ideal conditions, which means the number of high-quality specimens is relatively low. A well-preserved 1988 D Liberty half dollar, especially one in mint state, is considered a rare find. Condition is everything when it comes to valuing coins, and the 1988 D Liberty half dollar is no exception. Coins that are in mint state, meaning they have no visible signs of wear, scratches, or discoloration, can fetch a significantly higher price than those that have been used for daily transactions. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin becomes. In fact, A coin that has been graded by professional grading companies like PCGS or NGC can often command a much higher price than one that has not been graded. But what really makes the 1988 D Liberty half dollar interesting for collectors is its relative scarcity in excellent condition. While the coin was produced in large quantities, finding a coin that has been properly stored, well cared for, and is free from the usual marks of wear is increasingly rare. And as time goes on, these coins are becoming harder to find, especially in perfect or near-perfect condition. Additionally, there are other factors that can influence the coin's value, such as the presence of any minting errors. Like many coins, the 1988 D Liberty half dollar could have been struck with flaws that make it unique. Minting errors, like double strikes, die cracks, or off-center strikes, are highly sought after by collectors. If you happen to come across a 1988 D Liberty half dollar with one of these errors, you could be looking at a coin that is worth far more than a regular, error-free specimen. Error coins are especially valuable because they are considered to be one-of-a-kind pieces, and collectors love the rarity of these anomalies. Now, let's get to the most exciting part: just how much is the 1988 D Liberty half dollar worth today? As we've discussed, the value of this coin is influenced by factors like condition, rarity, and whether it has any unique characteristics. While most 1988 D Liberty half dollars might only be worth a few dollars, those in pristine, uncirculated condition can command a much higher price. In fact, if you happen to have an uncirculated 1988 D Liberty half dollar in near-perfect condition, you could be sitting on a coin that is worth a jaw-dropping $80,000. Yes, you heard that right, $80,000 for a single coin. That's an incredible value for a coin minted just a few decades ago, and it highlights the demand for rare, well-preserved examples from this era. So, the next time you come across a 1988 D Liberty half dollar, be sure to check its condition carefully. If it's been stored properly and remains in mint state, you could have a valuable treasure on your hands. Even though the coin was minted relatively recently, its value continues to climb as collectors look for coins in excellent condition. Last unique coin, we're going to explore a coin that might not seem all that special at first glance, but trust me, it's got a story to tell: the US Liberty half dollar coin from the year 2000 with the P mint mark. This coin, which hails from the turn of the millennium, has become one of the most sought-after pieces in the world of numismatics. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly why this seemingly ordinary coin can be worth a lot more than you think. Stick with us, because we'll be revealing its value and what makes it so special. You won't believe how much this coin could be worth today. Now, let's talk about the 2000 P Liberty half dollar. At first glance, it might appear to be just another coin from the 21st century, one of many minted in a long line of half dollars. However, what makes the 2000 P edition stand out is the context in which it was produced. By the year 2000, half dollars were no longer used in regular circulation, and most of the coins were being minted for collectors or commemorative purposes. The U.S. Mint had significantly reduced the production of half dollars for everyday transactions, which means that many of these coins were either hoarded or placed in collections rather than circulating in the economy. The 2000 P Liberty half dollar features the iconic design that has graced the coin for decades. On the obverse, you'll see Lady Liberty in all her glory, a design created by Adolph A. Weinman, which has stood the test of time. Liberty is depicted with flowing hair and a radiant cap, symbolizing the ideals of freedom and strength. This design has become one of the most recognizable images on U.S. coinage. On the reverse, you'll find the American bald eagle, clutching an olive branch and arrows, representing the balance between peace and military strength, another powerful symbol of American values. But what sets the 2000 P Liberty half dollar apart from its predecessors? For starters, the coin was minted at the Philadelphia Mint, as indicated by the P mint mark. In the year 2000, the U.S. Mint was undergoing changes in its production and coin distribution. The Liberty half dollar had become a collectible item rather than a widely circulated coin, and the demand for them was much lower compared to earlier years when they were used more frequently in daily transactions. Over time, this has contributed to the relative rarity of the 2000p Liberty half dollar. While millions of these coins were initially produced, most were either stored away or became part of collections, leaving only a limited number in circulation. This creates an interesting dynamic in the world of coin collecting. While the coin itself isn't rare in the traditional sense, its condition and the fact that so many have been kept in excellent shape have made it highly desirable to collectors. Now, let's talk about the factors that influence the value of the 2000p Liberty half dollar. The first and most important factor is the condition of the coin. As with any collectible, coins that have been well preserved or kept in mint state are much more valuable than those that show signs of wear and tear. If you have a 2000p Liberty half dollar that's free from scratches, dents, or discoloration, you're already looking at a more valuable piece. Coins that are graded highly by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC will always have a much higher market value because collectors trust these third-party evaluations, but it's not just about the condition. The 2000p Liberty half dollar, in particular, has become a sought-after coin because it represents the final years of a bygone era of U.S. coinage. At the turn of the millennium, many collectors were eagerly hoarding coins from that specific time period, anticipating that they would hold historical significance in the future. As time has passed, these coins have gained more attention, and demand has risen, driving up their market value. Another important factor that can impact the value of the 2000p Liberty half dollar is whether it has any minting errors. Like many other coins, the 2000p Liberty half dollar could have been struck with slight variations or mistakes during its production. For example, if the coin has a double strike, a misaligned design, or a die crack, these imperfections make it a unique, one-of-a-kind item. Minting errors are highly prized by collectors because they're so rare, and they can make the coin significantly more valuable. So, let's get to the most exciting part. How much is the 2000p Liberty half dollar worth today? The value of this coin depends on its condition, rarity, and whether it has any unique features, such as minting errors. While a typical 2000p Liberty half dollar might be worth just a few dollars, a coin in perfect, uncirculated condition can fetch a much higher price. If you happen to have a pristine, high-grade 2000p Liberty half dollar, or one with a minting error, it could be worth an impressive $21,000. Yes, you heard that right, $21,000 for a single coin. That's an incredible value for a coin that was minted only a few decades ago. So, the next time you come across a 2000p Liberty half dollar, take a moment to examine it closely. If it's in excellent condition, or if it has any rare minting errors, you could be holding on to a valuable piece of U.S. coinage. Coins like these don't come around every day, and finding one in exceptional condition is becoming increasingly rare. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about valuable coins from all eras, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of our future coin discoveries. Thanks for watching, and happy collecting!